how much gravity or influence you want to give it in your life. And again, it's about resonance, right? So if it's resonating for you, great. If it feels aligned, if it feels like the truth, great. And if it doesn't, ditch it, right? Do not be out here trying to make yourself fit into something just because it's a popular thing to do. Okay. What else do we have here? Oh, God. I love this question so much. My favorite question to apply to anything that feels like a should or a supposed to is according to whom? According to whom, right? There's a couple of really great books about habits. There's one called Atomic Habits that I could think of. And I always mix up these dudes. I mix up all these like white dude authors. I'm like, I know one of their names is Adam Grant. There's another guy named James Clear. Like, I think those are the two I always mix up. Either way, James Clear's Atomic. Cool. And it's a great book. And at the same time, is James Clear my dude? Not necessarily, right? Get your nuggets if you want to do that, but always ask according to whom, right? Because if you are looking at advice from people, and listen, it doesn't mean a white dude can't give good advice for anyone whose identity is much different than that. But does that person factor in that their experience is not universal? That's important. That's something I'm always paying attention for, because for me, it's just annoying. It's annoying to have to read through stuff and be like, yeah, that's a good point, but all this stuff sucks. Like, I'm not interested in having to like extract the gems, right? I'd rather just find bodies of work that I'm like, yes, it's just more inclusive, right? But again, your choice, because there is still good information in places. Again, personally, I'm at a phase in my life where I'm like, I'm not doing the extracting stuff anymore. I'm like, I either really resonate with the person or I don't. So that question, according to whom? And it's an especially great question to ask when you're feeling pressured, or when you're feeling like you're not keeping up or living up to something, or you can't do something, or you're beating yourself up. Be like, well, whose standard and idea am I trying to hold myself to right now? Right. And again, it's a slippery slope. This is why we're going to do the life inventory, so we can practice honest self-assessment, because we could bullshit ourselves about anything. Most of us are real good about talking ourselves into or out of anything that serves us. It's a survival mechanism. All right. What else puts the holy in holy consistency? Moving in accordance with both your soul and your humanity. That makes this approach to consistency holy. We're not asking you to be anything you're not. Okay. It's liberatory because it gets you out of the habit of conforming. We were kind of just saying this, to experts whose advice might be unnuanced or formulated without considering your lived experience. And if you're someone who, again, holds marginalized identities, it can just be so exhausting to be like, again, I have to read something by someone who doesn't get me. Maybe they don't even know I exist, or they don't think I'm important. I hate that. And then I mentioned this earlier, but here it is on the slide. Why most people won't do this. It takes time, observation, noticing patterns, and it is not a fast process. It will also require tweaking from season to season, depending on what's going on in your life. And we are deeply programmed, deeply, to want to know things, to want to know them right now, and to want to know it forever, right? Anyone who's ever been a dieter or into fitness and exercise knows it would be great if the same things worked year in and year out, no matter what. Like, there are some big movers. There are some things that will always have an impact, but depending on what's going on in your life, certain things that used to be great for you can certainly become not great for you. And that's very annoying, but it's important to just be keeping an eye on that and tuning in when something that used to work stops working. The other thing, again, people resist change and often lack the skill of honest self-assessment. So we're going to get into the life inventory now, and we're going to do it together to process. This way you'll have the experience of doing it. Some of you have done it before. But before we move into life inventory, do you understand? how we look at holy consistency. And here's the thing, we will come back to holy consistency after we do the life inventory, because the life inventory is going to reveal things to you about where it makes the most sense to be starting to apply holy consistency, because our lives are complex. They're made up of many parts.